Here's where we're going to write the main code of our app. We currently have a screen that does nothing. It prints a message to us when we click the Convert to Fahrenheit button, but that's all it does. So in this lesson, you're going to learn about actually checking that we have some text in the text field, and then making sure we can convert that to a real number that is convertible. Obviously, if we try to convert text to a number, there will be a big crash with our app. So open up your project and follow along. So with your viewcontroller.swift file open, if you recall, we have this convert clicked function where we printed out something back to us. We're going to delete that print function, or you can leave it in, it's up to you, it makes no difference. But whenever you actually come to release an app, it's quite a good idea to remove all of the debug stuff. Right, the first thing we have to do when we convert is to check we actually have something in our entry field, because obviously we can't convert nothing. So we're going to use this syntax called if-let. And if-let tries to create a variable from some kind of function or method or whatever it is that we specify. And it only carries on in the if loop if it can actually do that. So if-let result is equal to our text field, which is called temperature entry dot text. So this is saying only if you have some text in only if you can get the text property of this box do I want you to do the following. And we open and close curly braces. And then inside of here, we want to check that we actually have some text in the text box. So I should make it more clear is that this checks we can get the text property. Because you can imagine if somehow you lost this text field reference, which is unlikely, but it could happen, you always want to check you have access to it here. Then we want to check if that result is equal to, and I've put two quotes here, and that's saying if the result is an empty string, that means there's nothing there, and I want you to return. Now, of course, you can give the user a big fat error and say, stop being silly, you need to convert something, so enter something. But for now, we will just return. They'll get the message. If we do actually have some text, then we're going to have an else, and we're going to do something with it. And the first thing we have to do with it is convert it to a number. Ideally, we want to convert this to a double. Doubles are preferable for calculations in iOS because they take up a little less resources to do the calculations when compared to floats. And that could be important if you've got a big app doing a lot of maths. So if let num is equal to, and not ket, that should be let, of course, is equal to. And how do we convert these strings, this result that we have? Well, we can get the double class and create a new instance of it, and we can pass it the result, and it will try to create a number. If that works, then we're going to run the following code. Let output equal to the number we just got, multiplied by, and that's the asterisk character, and this is the conversion between Celsius and Fahrenheit. 9 divided by 5, and it is plus 32. So that gives us the result in Fahrenheit. And then we're going to assign that result to our label. So result label dot text is equal to, and now we have a problem. Output is a number. Text should be a string. So let's convert to a string by grabbing the string class and instantiating it with the output. And that will create a string from the output. Generally, you don't have an issue with this, because most things can be converted to strings, of course. Basically, if you can write it down, it can be a string. Right, that is the basis of our code with all of its error checking. So let's hit play and run this in our iPhone simulator. And hopefully, if I hit convert to Fahrenheit, nothing happens. If I enter a value in Celsius of 50 and then convert, I get 122.0. Okay, so that is the basis of the app. I can go 59 and convert it to Fahrenheit. Now, it would be quite nice if we appended this screen a bit to maybe show us some extra information. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do, because it feels a bit unfinished at the moment. So in the next lecture, I'm going to set you an assignment with a few small tasks to do that.